No, we're fucking red. We're in the red. We're fucked. I don't want to.
Yeah, it does that. Just
fuck you, Optimum. Fuck
whatever,
you,
dude.
Optimum. Fuck you, Optimum. Yep. What is this clicking that I keep hearing?
Oh, it's my thing. Sorry. Oh. I should make quiet ones.
Oh, we're hot. Great. Hi, everybody. Well, we're back, I guess, maybe. I have no idea if this is lagging, working, or what the fuck is going on. Fuck you, Optimum. Fuck you, Optimum.
On my end, so.
Fuck you, Optimum. Yeah, I know, but I don't know if it's working for everybody else. According to this, not really.
It was doing fine earlier until it wasn't.
Great. So. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to go back to our article here. I don't even know where the hell I was. It all started crashing on us. And then I'm going to have to figure out how to fucking stitch this together.
The CIA controls everything.
Fuck you, Optimum. Fuck you, Optimum. God, fuck you, Optimum.
Okay, you want to just start the sequence over, or?
No, I don't, because I was already 20 minutes in. You want to start a 20-minute thing over again? No, I don't want to do that. No, I'm not doing that. We're doing it live. All right. All right.
The ghost of Bill O'Reilly in the house.
Matt Taibbi. I have no idea if anybody's watching. It looks like nobody's here. It doesn't even look like anybody's fucking live. I don't care.
Okay. Good.
Just fucking bag this shit.
Like, can we? Oh, whatever, dude. All right.
No, I'm getting the actual stream link so that I can put Twitch it up and I can see what the hell's going on. But nothing's going on because nobody got the new link. So hey, look at that! Somebody got an alert. Look at that shit.
No, I told people to show up.
Okay.
Stay on the channel. They'll be here. They'll trickle back in.
Okay. I left off on anti-disinformation something. Okay, right here. Okay. So, anti-dis... What?
Share your screen with me?
Oh. No.
Yep. And then you can start. Just go back to like the start of the last paragraph that you were on. You know?
Okay. Yeah, again, what they're talking about is binding all this commitment to a new homogenous politics, which the complex of public and private agencies listed below seeks to capture in something like a unified field theory of neoliberal narrative, which can be perpetually tweaked and amplified online via algorithm and via machine learning. This is what some of the this is what some of the organizations on this list mean when they talk about coming up with a shared vocabulary of information disorder or credibility or media literacy. Basically, anything that they disagree with is illiterate and not credible and disorder. Anti-disinformation groups talk endlessly about building resilience to disinformation, which in practice means making sure the public hears only approved narratives so often that anything else seems frightening or repellent. And audiences are trained to question not only the need for checks and balances, but competition. Competition is increasingly frowned upon, not just in the marketplace of ideas. Like I said, fuck you, Dave Rubin. Fuck you, everybody, sorry, out there in Republican land that's trying to control narratives. Because that itself, like I said, if Dave Rubin is talking about it, it's got to be outdated. But in the traditional capitalist sense, in the Twitter files, we repeatedly find documents like this unsigned Sphere of Influence review circulated by Carnegie Endowment that wonders aloud if tech companies really need to be competing to get it right. Yeah, thanks. So there it is. Is competition for best practices a good thing? Is it good or bad that Facebook and Twitter have different policies? God, I want to punch these people.
Elbows, bro. Elbows.
Right? Submission. Just choke them out. But no, that's probably a bad thing to say this week.
Yeah.
But
no, that's fine.
They want to counter influence operations, which of course they want to be the only ones to be implementing the influence operations. They just want to clear the playing field, sons of bitches. In place of competition, the groups we've been tracking favor the concept of shared endeavor. One British group has even started a shared endeavor program in which key stakeholders hash out their disagreements in private, but present a unified front. Sounds like parents. Like, really.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're doing. They're parenting. Who are the leaders of these messaging campaigns? Well, if you care to ask, the groups below are a good place to start. The top 50 list is intended as a resource for reporters and researchers beginning their journey toward learning the scale and ambition of the censorship industrial complex. It's written like a magazine feature. It tries to answer a few basic questions about funding, organization type, history, and especially methodology. Many anti-disinformation groups adhere to the same formulaic approach to research, often using the same hate mapping, guilt by association type analysis to identify wrong thinkers and suppressive persons. That's like Hamilton 68.
Hamilton 69.
Mm-hmm. There's even a tendency to use what one Twitter file source described as the same hairball graphics, which is interesting. We're going to get into one of those hairball graphics in a minute. Where they compete often is in the area of gibberish verbiage describing their respective and analytical methods. My favorite came from the Public Good Projects, which in a display of predictive skills reminiscent of the unsinkable Titanic, described itself as the BuzzFeed of public health. Ooh.
Which we saw what happened to that too.
Big time oof.
So
okay. Together.
Oopsies.
These
that's a lot of damage.
Yeah. These groups are fast achieving what Eisenhower feared, the elimination of balance between the democratic need for liberalizing laws and institutions and the vigilance required for military preparation. Democratic society requires the nourishment of free debate, disagreement, and intellectual tension, but the groups below seek instead that shared vocabulary to deploy on the hybrid battlefield. They propose to serve as the guardians of that vocabulary. Gatekeepers, yes. Which sounds very much like the scenario Ike outlined in 1961, in which public policy could itself become the captive of a scientific and technological elite. Which is exactly what's happened. So...
what was that?
And that's where I'm going to stop.
I forget what it...
Sort of.
Scroll up a little.
Sure.
Public
Good Projects?
No.
BuzzFeed of Public Health?
Shared vocabulary deploy the hybrid battlefield. The British guards of vocabulary, which sounds very like the scenario Ike outlined. Whatever, I lost
Bankrupt
it.
BuzzFeed, that's right. Okay. So they do go into a literal list of 50 organizations. Now, what I want to just lay out, and I don't want to go into any of them in detail because I think I might actually want to do a series where I dig into each one of these initially, or maybe a few of them per episode. There's 50 companies here, and we've already heard about more. But what they do, and I'm sorry to scroll through it, but first they talk about who they are. Here's a link to their site. Here's the type of organization that they are. And when may have you read about them? Okay. What do they do? Kind of. And then what do they do and what are they selling? What is their characteristic worldview quotes? What is the gibberish verbiage that they like to rely on? Where do they appear in the Twitter files? All of this stuff is referenced here. Mm-hmm. It's really good stuff. And then here's their goofy graphage. This is first drafts. All right.
Right.
And who are they closely connected to?
The man of Medan.
And then I love the in-sums, with a strong ability to both know and direct emerging trends, and with a large array of elite networks in tow, the IFL, which you've probably never heard of, will continue to serve as one of the key tastemakers in the anti-disinformation field. Again, there are 50...
The tastemakers? What is that? What is that? Where have I heard that before?
Probably in
the
food.
Tastemakers.
So look at this. So this
it's like a commercial or something.
I am proposing these be the first people we give to our see something, say something email alias and this was from somebody at Twitter. And they want to give people from all these think tanks and all these organizations unifying email addresses to link them together. A little frightening. No, that's not good at all, Bad Cookies. 100%. Laurie Spencer, how are you?
Goofy.
We had an internet hiccup, and hopefully we'll be back. I don't know, but we're talking about censorship, and we're talking about the censorship-industrial complex, and we're going to get into a couple of other areas here that most likely...
meme of the FBI outside Indy's house cutting cables.
The narrative managers are not going to... Now, again, I'm going to go down to number 27, I believe it was. It was somewhere around 27. And I please look at this. This is an encyclopedia of the narrative managers. But I want to call your attention
to
number 27. The Omidyar Group. Our friend Pierre. Not really our friend at all. So, what does he do? And this is where we're going to see this graph. A series of foundations from the founder of eBay, providing a huge amount of funding to the censorship-industrial complex. What a shock. Okay. He's funded projects including the incredibly creepy crypto chat, which peers into private and encrypted messaging systems to weed out misinformation. He's funded the Algorithmic Transparency Institute, which conducts civic listening, an automated collection of data from closed messaging apps in order to combat the problematic content, right? Pierre Omidyar himself is perhaps the most famous traitor to the cause of free speech in the anti-disinformation complex, having once stepped in as to serve as the protector of Snowden's documents. Of course, where the Snowden archives now, Glenn Greenwald has them. Look back and you'll see articles describing him as a Bruce Wayne-like figure, a reclusive billionaire for whom the Snowden leaks gave him a cause and an enemy. Okay, and it's good that he's giving funds to almost all the leading anti-disinformation initiatives. All right, and of course, he is a key funder of The Intercept, or at least was. They've now since claimed to have bought some of it back, but of course his people are on the board, and he has still a lot of controlling interests. They did buy back a percentage of the company from First Look Media with a plan to buy it all back, but some of their board members are still directly linked to Omidyar, and his reach and control over the narrative in that organization are certainly strong. And here is that hairball graph. And what they did was they tried to map out his influence sphere and how it intersects and how things are shared amongst different groups to disseminate amongst different groups. All right. And yeah, Nick Pickles, we've talked about Nick Pickles before. He reacts to Omidyar-sponsored report on junk news. These are Americans sharing American content.
Mr. Pickles.
They count sharing a URL the same irrelevant if a user was sharing it to go, OMG, look at this rubbish, and debunking it. Mess. But this is a mega fund and a driving force behind the censorship industrial complex. And there are 50 of these, and this is just the surface. So somebody else tagged me when I posted this link initially on Twitter, and they came back to me and they said, you know, there's a lot more than 50 organizations, and there's this one, and they tagged like 3 others. And I was like, hey, Andrew Lowenthal, I tagged him at NFFECTS, at NAFFECTS on Twitter, Network Effects. Hey, Andrew, what about these? And he's like, yeah, there's actually a ton more, and we just got to the first 50. So thank you. And yeah, I'm getting red lines again. God damn it. And then it goes green again. Okay. So.
Yeah, dude, it's just kind of going in and out. Like it seems to be holding up, but it's like every once in a while, it's just like there's like a short in the line at your house.
I don't know.
You probably got to call them and have them like it could be like their infrastructure. Like I had to call them out for the same thing. You know, like there's a switch that's like loose somewhere. You know?
Yeah. So I've got 2 stories that kind of overlap a little bit. I want to get into account. So I want to first talk about, and let me share the thumbnail. It means I have to go to the slideshow on and put the slideshow on like that, and then go like this. Yep. Okay. So that's accountable, right? So is accountable just another DNC think tank? What the hell is this organization? So who's accountable? What's going on here? So initially, I've been getting, because I have to redo how I'm doing the newsletter, or that I'm not getting my email news in a newsletter format from IndieLeft.news. I'm getting everybody else's newsletters, and I'm having to sift through all this stuff. And I clicked on a Common Dreams article, and it referenced a study by accountable.us. I'm like, I've heard of this organization, but who are they? So I decided to dig a little deeper. And then I saw that they were actually involved in a second article that we're going to get to next involving the Clarence Thomas thing. And they published something about accountability with the Supreme Court. But this one had to do with specifically the profitability of all the major food companies. And so I'm going to share this now. Let me go back. Slideshow off. Okay. So what it says is that as food prices remain stubbornly high for Americans, the 3 largest U.S. at-home food companies continue to pad profits while working to convince consumers that it wasn't their fault for prices have gone up. And it's a long report, and it's like 11 pages, and at the end it tells you that Mondelez, General Mills, and Kraft Heinz profited wildly from this. All right. So that's a nice watchdog type of organization. And I started looking into, okay, so who is this org? Because they also showed up in the Clarence Thomas thing. So the first thing I did was I watched their Who Are We video. So I'm like, all right, what's this all about? Watch. It's less than a minute. So let's watch it.
Corporations and special interests have too much power over our government and our economy. Working hand in hand with lawmakers, they rig the game in their favor, undermining our democracy, harming our environment, and pushing an economic and political agenda that benefits them at the expense of the American people. We're here to hold them accountable. Our high-impact investigative research exposes the connections between corporations, special interests, and government officials, shining a light on the truth for ordinary Americans. So together, we can create a democracy that is accountable to us, an economy that works for everyone, and a sustainable environment for future generations.
The stock video is a really red flag to me, to be honest.
Yep.
All right. This just screams like corporate speak to me, like I watch this and I'm like, red flags, red flags, red flags. Okay. What the hell is going on? Who are these guys and where did they come from? So then I go to their website and I'm like, okay, what's happening here? So let's look at this ticker across the top. Cost of MAGA default. Deny 926,000 families housing choice vouchers. Okay. Cost of MAGA default. Sabotage the Department of Labor's ability to protect millions of vulnerable workers. But it's only MAGA default, right? More red flag. And it sounds very flowery. We're taking on the special interests, obstructing progress. This all sounds wonderful. And we've arranged our content by these different issues, corporate values and democracy and power and influence. But when you click on each one of these, what you find is it is very one-sided in a way that I've really never seen an institute like this that claims to be about accountability, only looking at one party and one side. We expose the truth for the people about Republicans. Yep. But not about what Democrats are doing. No corruption on the Democratic side. No acknowledgement that corruption even happens on the Democratic side. This is all 100%
Which means you'll
MAGA
probably
focus.
bite
So I'm like,
any
all right.
lie from that side about the other side.
Right. Now, what are their priorities? And they have a whole thing about what their priorities are and what they're looking for. And okay, Americans value fairness and honesty and stand against conservative extremism. Agreed. The Democrats are also implementing conservative extremism, but they don't want to talk about that.
Yep.
They talk about, they've got a whole website about Leonard Leo, Mr. MAGA. All right. And he is a bad dude who has influence over a $1.6 billion nest
Ran
egg.
a bunch of bad boys.
Yeah, he's corn pop. And then we have another site that they have called Monitoring Influence. And how interesting, when we just talked about the last influence network with the censorship-industrial complex, notice how none of the organizations within the censorship-industrial complex appear anywhere in here because they don't want you to know about those. They only want to expose the corruption on the right, the Mercer Family Foundation and Freedom Works and the Ed Uline Family Foundation. Now, all of these things do funnel down as part of the censorship-industrial complex, but on a much further down scale because they are not trying to censor people and now they have their own narrative that they're trying to push, for sure. And that's what the censorship-industrial complex
I like their
will call out.
pop art design, though.
Right? But oh my goodness, right? So then the last thing that I did was I start looking at, okay, so now I'm now taking whatever they're saying with a grain of salt. I then go to, who are these people? Show our board and our leadership.
Who are these
And
people?
who are these people? Yeah, where's that? Come on, man, slipping.
What? Yeah,
Who are these
Can you
people?
find it quick?
Let's sure.
I have it somewhere.
Who are these people?
Who are these people?
Right. So Kyle Herrig has dedicated his career to promoting the interests of all Americans and not just the rich and powerful. This is a nice bio. And he actually seems pretty legit and on the up and up. He leads the Congressional Integrity Project, which is a government accountability organization, focuses solely on the integrity of the legislative branch. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, it shed lights on members of Congress that engage in corruption to benefit themselves, allies, and special interests. Okay, cool. So this guy's all right. All right? Right. Except they wouldn't put him in as president of this TDS organization unless something wasn't right. So now I decide to look a little bit deeper. Tony Kark. And let's meet Tony. Tony is the executive
Make
director.
sure to enunciate.
Yes, Kark.
Those are also double R's, so you have to trill those.
Kark.
You have to roll those.
Right.
Kark.
He's Kark.
Tony Kark.
Before
That
joining
sounds like
Accountable.
the evil Spanish twin of Kit. You have Kit and Kark.
Wait, Tony served
You
as the
know?
deputy campaign director for Protect Our Care, an advocacy organization that led the fight against the repeal of the Affordable Care Act. Let's keep Obamacare in place, folks. In 2015 and 16, Tony was the research director for Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign.
Of course he was.
Now we're seeing what's going on. He was also
He one of the ones who wrote about that book, the ramen Five Guys filled room where they made up the Russia stuff. That book.
I don't know. That's a good question. But prior to his first role at Accountable and vice president of issue campaigns, Tony served as the vice president of policy and research at the Center for American Progress Action Fund. And before that, as a director at the Healthcare War Room. Okay. Oh, and by the way, he also served in other senior research and policy roles for Friends of Terry McAuliffe, Friends of the Clintons, and Democratic Senate and other Democratic Senate campaign committees. Right? So this is Tony. But it only gets worse, folks, because Sarah Bruno, our chief of staff,
Tony.
And she's the one who's hiring people. Now, she served as the executive director, most recently, of the Public Leadership Education Network. So this is an organization committed to increasing the number and diversity of women in public policy roles. So she's HR, right? She served, she was actually pretty legit. I had something on her too. Now I can't remember what it was here, but it's very, I don't know what her deal is. She served as the National Development Director at America Votes and at the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities. She had a nonprofit career at Boston Area Rape Crisis Center, which is good. There was something really weird. COO at the Truman National Security Project. That was a bit questionable. I need to look a little bit more into that one. Who was it? It was Angela Canterbury. And then, of course, Derek Morton underneath. But Angela Canterbury, these people. Okay, so she played a key role in exposing the cover-up of water contamination at Camp Lejeune, which is good. She's been a change maker for democracy. Hold on, where's my list of people? We're not live on Rockfin. Damn it. Hold on. I have a list of peeps. Okay, no, it's Lizzie Price I want to get to. Where's Lizzie Price? Our director of strategic partnerships. What did she do before? She previously led efforts to expose corruption and malfeasance at highest levels of government and to educate public and policy makers about these critical issues. That sounds good, right? Except she's also led the communications effort of national and state organizations, including For Our Future, American Bridge, Correct the Record.
What the fuck?
Thank you. And Arkansas, New Hampshire Democratic Party. Don't like her. And then we've got Derek Martin, who is our Director of Research and Campaigns. Derek is also problematic, and here's why. Because in his previous roles, he's been involved in initiatives to defend the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, very good. Protect payday loan borrowers, also good. And discriminatory lending practices, very good. But prior to that, he spent several years consulting on electoral campaigns at the local, state, and federal levels about what? Not sure, but Derek also worked at the U.S. Department of Defense, supporting its counterintelligence mission within the IT supply chain and helping to devise risk mitigation strategies for the federal government. That sounds benign, but is not very benign.
Yeah, except, yeah, that's intel shit.
So now you have a coming together of the research director for the Hillary Clinton campaign, the head of communications for Correct the Record, and the current research director has a background in counterintelligence within IT supply. Can I scream red flag anymore at this MAGA screaming TDS organization that everything that they say now must be taken with a grain of salt? All right. Now, it doesn't mean
at them?
It doesn't mean that I do. No, I want to scream at everybody else what this is. So that's their website. The monitoring influence thing is pretty rough, but again, it's basically like a back. You know, it's a counter to the censorship industrial complex, where they're providing their view of who's influencing Republican networks specifically.
Yeah.
And that's fair, but that's not where most of the people are getting their news and information from in all. So that is accountable. So watch out for accountable. They're not here to help. They're here to definitely spin a narrative for the Democratic Party. There was something else I wanted to look at was their partnerships. Let's go back 1 second here. Because I know that they had something about a partnership with the Democratic National Committee, I believe. Yeah, they call themselves a nonpartisan effort organization, except that they only look at one party. So how can they really be nonpartisan? They're 100% partisan. Show me where you found a Democrat guilty of anything, especially one that's tied to the Clinton to the Clinton Foundation or the Clinton family who's still involved in party politics. I'll bet there isn't any. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm guessing I'm not. That's accountable. All right. So,
Okay.
Gamer, welcome back. Anthony Weiner did go to jail for 21 months, correct? But I don't think that
Ask
it was
me about
I don't think that it was for the
Wiener.
laptop. I think that was more for like the chatting with women, underage women, maybe online and showing
Yeah, he sent
his wiener. It's Wiener's
a
wiener or something. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was whatever.
Yeah.
It was basically like him in his underwear, but called it Wiener's
There's a joke
wiener.
in there somewhere.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. Okay, so fuck you, accountable.us. We've got our eyes on you. And here's their IRS forms, and they file, and they're on the up and up. Now, where's their money coming from? Let's see. They got $12 million
It's all about geometry.
from the prior year and $8.5 million in the current year. All right. They paid out almost $4 million in salaries. So this is, while it is a not-for-profit, it doesn't mean that it's not for money. And Kyle Herrig, I'll bet, is probably making some money there. Okay. It says what they are. It spent $6 million and earned $61,000 of revenue. That seems like a little bit of an imbalance. You're literally looking at their filings here. So did the organization answer yes to this? And what's their story? So I'm looking to see if I can find some summaries here of what this is. Return is qualified for e-file. They obviously are losing money. You could see that net assets. Okay, so they had $5 million on hand.
And
Mhm.
who's this for?
Accountable.
Whose money is this? Okay.
This is accountable.us. This is the 501c3 that is the TDS organization that's putting out all these studies and reports.
Gotcha.
But where's this?
Control F income.
Where's $20 million over 2 years coming from?
Yeah.
They employing 47 people. I would like to see that.
And those Christmas parties must be legit.
Right? I'm looking to see where that comes from, but I'm guessing it's like Open Society. Yeah, $61,000 in litigation. Let's see. Rising Tide Interactive. We know those guys, independent contractors
Mm-hmm.
that have received more than $100,000 from the organization. So they paid them over $500,000 for digital advertising and consulting. They're paying polling and research. They're paying Rand Corporation for IT consulting. Yikes.
The Ayn Rand?
No, worse.
Oh.
There's all kinds of different red flags in here, in these filings. They spent only $153,000 on expenses with $8 million of income for the year, but over $3 million on salaries.
Right.
They're not going to say who and how much. Sitting on $5 million in. Okay, that's total liabilities, net assets, $5 million. Okay. They started with 8.8. They're currently sitting on 5.0. Net assets or fund balances at the beginning of the year, 3.4. Okay, so they actually took in $1.5 million, it looks like, from net assets to begin the year to net assets to end the year. I'd love to know where that $1.5 million came from. Grants. There's the 8 million, but it doesn't break it down. I got to get into the filings and see where this comes from. It was incorporated on March 26, 2019. Short year activity. All right, I'll get into this and I'll report back on this. I don't want to take everybody's time, but I definitely want to look more into this organization, who's funding them, where the money's coming from. Like I said, I'm guessing that there's going to be open society links. There's probably Bloomberg links. This is the kind of organization that these type of companies love to invest in. And they may be part of the censorship-industrial complex. I'll check with Andrew Lowenthal also and see if he's got any connections there. All right. So, I didn't even realize I wasn't sharing my screen. Okay. The last story I want to get into is like so wrong on so many levels. Clarence Thomas, Supreme Court Justice. We know him well. We don't love him well. You know what, if I do this and I stretch this across.
Reach?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. I was like, I did this last time and it looked better.
Just go.
Nice. All right. Kenny Stancil over at Common Dreams and Sharon Zhang over at Truthout both put out articles this week about this. And this is based on a ProPublica report. So for those who haven't been following, we'll start by ProPublica first put out this report called Clarence Thomas had undisclosed luxury travel gifts from a billionaire. So for over 20 years, Clarence Thomas has been treated to luxury vacations by billionaire Republican donor Harlan Crow. Why does this matter? He goes on cruises in far-flung locales on Crow's yacht. Oh, nice. The Michaela Rose.
Boats.
He flies on his private jet. Yes, it's boats.
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
And he keeps company with Crow's powerful friends at his private resort, which he thought was no problem. So the extent of Crow's largesse has never been revealed until now. And that is this article in ProPublica, published April 6th, about Clarence Thomas and the billionaire. Now, a lot of this, I think, was partisan in a way, but it's also nonpartisan in that it's corruption. And it doesn't matter who it is, but they certainly had motivation to go after a Republican Supreme Court justice while Joe Biden is in office. And at least they had a 50-50 in the Senate. I don't know how they would get one through, but that's another story. And this is an 18-minute long article that you can actually listen to. They can play in audio. I'm not going to read this article, but what I want to point out was this relationship that they had, but then it got worse because not on April 6th, but on May 4th, they printed and released that Clarence Thomas had a child in private school, and this same billionaire financier donor also paid the tuition. Get the hell out of here. Yep. True. So, Crow paid for private school for a relative Thomas said that he was raising as a son. This is way outside the norm. Again, great work by the same trio over at ProPublica that has been on this for over a month. This is a 14-minute long read, listen to. So I'm not going to go through this one either, but I will reference these articles in chat afterward, in the doobly-doo afterwards, and in the Substack. So what happens as a development is, all right, so some people are now calling for Senate investigations and hearings into this corruption. And wait a minute. So Clarence Thomas is this level of guilty and he's just allowed to get away with it? Well, apparently, and let's look into exactly why. So Kenny Stancil has the article here, Common Dreams, Indie Media Award honoree.
You got it.
Yeah, I know I got it because I did it beforehand. Billionaire Harlan Crow also bankrolled GOP lawmakers blocking SCOTUS ethics reform. He bought them all. He bought them all. A new analysis shows Republicans on the Senate Judiciary Committee have received more than $450,000 from the same GOP mega donor who has lavished Justice Clarence Thomas with undisclosed gifts. Yes, exactly, Desert Mantis. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. So, the Senate Judiciary Committee on Monday sent a letter asking Harlan Crow, the billionaire GOP mega donor who has secretly showered U.S. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas with hundreds of thousands of dollars in gifts since the mid-90s, to provide a full accounting of his financial ties to Thomas and any other judges on the High Court. But it comes as no surprise that none of the panel's 9 Republicans signed the letter, Accountable.us, declared Tuesday, and this was one of the first times that Accountable showed up on my radar. Because they have collectively accepted nearly $500,000 in campaign cash from Crow since the turn of the century, is a new announcement.
How much?
About $500,000 in campaign cash. Not quite that much. Not quite $1 million.
Just half.
Half of $1 million. Yes. Since the turn of the century, and that's as a new analysis from the Watchdog Group shows. But last month, one day after ProPublica published its bombshell report on Crow's under-the-table funding of near annual luxury vacations for Thomas, the first of which would become many revelations about the two men's financial relationship, Accountable.us calculated, with their infinite wisdom, as we know who Accountable is, that the current Republican members of the Senate Judiciary Committee received $453,300 from Crow between 2001 and 2022. They revised that figure up to $457,000 Tuesday in light of a $3,700 donation Crow made to Senator John Cornyn earlier this year in Texas. So here's the following. That's a list of Crow's total contributions to the 9 GOP lawmakers on the panel, as well as their affiliated PACs and joint fundraising committees in descending order. So, of course, the committee chair is Cornyn. He got the biggest payoff at $294,000. And he's going to make sure that no matter what, nothing's going to get called. But just in case, in order to wet everybody else's beak, keep them quiet, you've got all the other Republicans on the committee, including Tom Cotton, Ted Cruz, Lindsey Graham, a veritable who's who of douchebaggery. They're all on the take. And at least, at minimum, and again, this is since 2001. That's a long time. Marsha Blackburn, she's got to be pissed. First of all, she's the only woman on the list. First of all, she's the only woman on the list. She's only been a senator. I think she's had 2 campaigns, which is why you 3,700 times 2, that's the maximum. Either that or it was only 1 campaign. I think she's only run for Senate once, and he donated both in the primary as well as in the general. So he maxed out in both cases. But they also had the related PACs, and they funnel money, and this is how they get past the $3,700 threshold. On top of the fact that this was over decades. So the longer they've been a senator, they got. And Kyle Herrig, who runs Accountable, there should be bipartisan outrage about the undisclosed gifts and travel billionaire mega donor Harlan Crow has given Justice Thomas. Senate Judiciary Republicans should join their Democratic colleagues to act. However, their silence so far may be because they've received hundreds of thousands of dollars from Crow as well. Yeah, they don't care. Who's going to hold them accountable? Their public, their voters, their constituents don't give a shit. The highest court in the land should have the highest ethical standards, he added. When it doesn't, Congress should exert its oversight authority. Agreed, yes. But not only have Republicans on the Senate Judiciary Committee with apparent conflicts of interest refused to join their Democratic colleagues in trying to establish enforceable ethics rules for the Supreme Court, but they've attempted to downplay the seriousness of the court's growing crisis of legitimacy. Scalia also was, by the way, going on junkets and free trips and doing all kinds of stuff. It's just that he died before they really got into him. Who watches The Watchmen is absolutely right, Rick Solis. Several of the panel's GOP members used last week's hearing on proposed Supreme Court ethics reforms, a hearing Chief Justice John Roberts refused to testify at, despite mounting evidence of possible corruption involving Thomas and others, including Roberts himself, as well as Justice Neil Gorsuch, as an opportunity for political grandstanding and performative outrage, Accountable noted on Tuesday. So they're partisan. They claim to be nonpartisan. They are absolutely 100% partisan. They are against the Republican judges here. Accountable.us has an agenda, folks.
And we use that same photo in a thumbnail.
Yeah, how about that? What, the one with...
not that photo, but like the one in their thing. Yeah, like I
Thomas
used that.
frowning?
Like,
no, that was literally on this thumbnail
right.
for this segment.
Right? Everyone uses that one.
Cornyn claimed that Congress did not have the authority to regulate the courts due to separation of powers, a claim that was disproven by an expert witness that testified at the hearing. Cruz claimed the hearing was not about judicial ethics, but instead was an attempt to attack Justice Thomas for having rich friends. Well, yes. It's not attacking him, but it's certainly attacking him for exploiting the fact that he has rich friends and accepting gifts from those rich friends, potentially for influence and at least a conversation and access.
Right.
Right. So, meanwhile, Mike Lee went so far as to say that when this chapter of American Hidden, those who attack Justice Thomas today will be justly dismissed as intolerant. Anita Hill would have something to say about that. Meanwhile, Lindsey Graham, who is the ranking member, accused the left of trying to delegitimize the court and cherry-pick examples to make a point. Okay, Blanche. Echoing his right-wing ally, of course, Chuck Grassley argued, he's like 90, the fossil, that recent revelations are part of a long-term effort to cast doubt on certain judges and justices. Yeah, because they've been guilty for 30 fucking years. All because the left is opposed to recent court rulings. No, they've been opposed to every court ruling that guy's laid down since he got into the Supreme Court. Because he's bought lock, stock, and smoking barrel. And he's going to get away scot-free, as I said in the thumbnail. Kennedy, John Kennedy from Louisiana, for his part, denounced attacks on conservative justices as targeted and exaggerated and dismissed proposed Supreme Court ethics rules as unnecessary. Yeah, because they don't benefit him. So, 2 days after right-wing senators accused reform advocates of launching what Cruz called a smear campaign against Thomas, ProPublica revealed that Crow also paid tens of thousands of dollars for the jurist's grandnephew to attend a pair of elite private schools. This came after earlier exposés about Crow footing the bill for yacht trips, buying and remodeling Thomas's mother's home, and more. This is what they do. They don't get paid directly. They get paid through the families. Hunter Biden. James Biden. What? Sorry, I didn't say that. No, I did say that.
Mm-hmm.
Given the mounting evidence of potential
And you ain't
connections, well, got to look into that. Given the mounting evidence of potential connections between Crow's gifts, which Thomas sought to keep hidden, and Thomas's inclination to rule in ways favorable to his super-rich benefactor, calls for the judge to resign or face impeachment are growing. Except, not only does Crow have links to numerous right-wing groups involved in the Supreme Court cases since Thomas was first confirmed to the bench in 91, but his own real estate company, Crow Holdings, was directly implicated in a 2021 case before the court. Guess who didn't recuse himself? As the Lever reported last month, Thomas voted to end the COVID-era federal eviction moratorium after Crow Holdings called the life-saving policy a threat to its profit margins. Now, as a group of New York City landlords prepares to ask the High Court to overturn local rent control laws condemned by Crow Holdings, a move that would endanger rent stabilization efforts nationwide, quote, there is no indication Thomas would recuse himself, the outlet noted. What a shock. Moreover, as Common Dreams reported last week,
Citizens United, huh?
an Americans for Tax Fairness analysis of campaign finance data shows that after Thomas provided a deciding vote on the Citizens United case, the Crow's family's average annual campaign contributions soared by 862% from about $163,000 a year before 2010 to over $1.5 million a year since. This massive increase, which is partly reflected in Crow's donations to Republicans on the Senate Judiciary Committee, underscores how the 5-4 ruling that effectively legalized unlimited political spending has strengthened the wealthy's ability to shape electoral outcomes, further undermining U.S. democracy. On Tuesday, the Lever argued that the main goal of Crow and other billionaires who provide gifts and outside money to members of the Supreme Court is not to obtain certain decisions in specific cases, given that the court's right-wing ideologues would likely rule conservatively anyway, but to prevent GOP appointees from becoming more liberal over time, a phenomenon that has occurred in the past. So alluding to Monday's letter from the Senate Judiciary Committee Chair Dick Durbin from Illinois, WAPO reported that, quote, if Crow ignores the request for information by the committee's May 22nd deadline, it's unclear what Durbin's next move would be, unquote. The San Francisco Chronicle reported Tuesday that Senator Feinstein is returning to Capitol Hill after an illness kept her away from the Senate since February. We know all about that. Her absence has left Durbin without a majority on the panel, enabling the GOP minority to impede action, but her return would open up options. You think she's going to do something? In an interview with CNN on Sunday, Durbin did not rule out the possibility of a subpoena, saying that everything is on the table. Sure. Except that Durbin's running for re-election when? I'm sure Harlan Crow's money is going to find its way into his coffers, too. In addition to
Did you
the
hear that thing
implementation...
about Feinstein, where they have like a panic alarm whenever she like leaves the room? Like, so that, like, there's always a staffer that will be with her, you know?
She's 90. There should be.
Like, they, like, literally have, like, a phone
alone.
thing.
Yeah, like a life alert.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, in addition to the implementation of robust ethics rules, progressives have called for far-reaching changes to disempower the country's rogue Supreme Court justices, including expanding the court. Seats have been added 7 times throughout U.S. history, and then have been pulled back by future presidents. Polling data shows that public approval of the nation's chief judicial body has decreased sharply in the months since its reactionary supermajority eliminated the constitutional right to abortion care, among other harmful and unpopular decisions. That's their opinion, man.
Yeah.
And I don't disagree, but it's certainly an opinion. According to a survey conducted last month, nearly 2/3 of U.S. adults no longer have confidence in the high court. Who conducted that survey? Oh, God. New Republic. Another shitlib outlet. Garbage. Where'd it come from? Poll conducted by NPR, PBS NewsHour, and the
NPR.
Marist Institute for Public Opinion. Get lips.
So it's gonna be like
Bias.
all old people.
Bias. All right. So here's the Sharon
I
Zhang
mean, I don't
article.
have confidence in it either. I would have told them same thing, but
Sharon basically wrote the same article, only a little bit tighter. It's uncovered.
Okay.
And this is where I saw initially, I think they actually referenced here it is, the Accountable report. So I saw Sharon's report from Accountable, and I'm like, who is this Accountable? And that's when I started to look into how Shitlibby and narrative managing, and they're just part of the censorship industrial complex. All right. That took a long time, and I'm sorry about that. That's 5 stories.
whatever.
I got through them.
Okay.
Check out that Taibbi article on the censorship industrial complex. That encyclopedia is really important. And we'll get to some of the other ones, people in there over the coming weeks. And really, I'm thinking about if they don't make like some kind of a video or some kind of a series investigating these companies, maybe we will. Because somebody should.
Mm.
So at this point,
Oh.
I'm ready for some boats because I need to.
Shit. Here we go again.
Yeah, here we go again.
And I watch mindless shit. Boats that smash into other boats.
Right.
Thank you, Bad Cookies. Really
We
appreciate
get to
that.
do Boats. Turn your
It's-
screen off. That'll
it's
save
a-
some bandwidth.
It's after midnight. Oh, okay. Let's do that. Stop streaming.
And
right?
then yeah, it's me.
Hey, it's the Reef Show.
Yeah.
Okay, minimize yourself.
I'm about to.
Oh, because I have you double on that.
It's time!
We got it.
Thank you
It's
all.
Boats.
Happy Mother's Day to all mothers who celebrate. One more time.
Look, we got
Oh boy,
big boats.
it's a carnival boat.
Let's also turn that on.
Uh-oh. That's getting too close.
Oh,
Yikes. Legend, as the boat says.
like, right? Dude, that's like, I know that doesn't look like much damage, but
Ooh.
that's like 3 rooms. You know what I mean?
That's big time.
Like
move.
here's a window, right? Like
I don't even know if that's a
that's like
stateroom.
half of the. That's like the half the shopping mall at the back of the carnival.
I think that's like the spa.
You know?
I don't think that's an actual room. I
Right.
think that's like one
Yeah,
of the
people were getting their
attractions.
hot yoga on in there.
Oh, it's coming
You know.
for us. That makes me think of like Lloyd Bridges and Airplane.
I love
Oh,
this
boy.
guy. Look at
This
him.
is another boat.
Wee.
Uh-oh.
Bye bye.
I hope it stays upright. Uh-oh.
Oh shit! Oh god!
Oh, it's okay.
Oh, I got water. Oh, all right, I'm good.
He's
Yay!
okay.
I just love the derpy little face, dude. I love those little doodles. Those are the best.
Nice.
Me trying to sleep without weed be like just this guy. This
It looks
guy.
like what's his name? Danny McBride. What's the character that he played on HBO? Was it Kenny that was like Kenny Powers.
Right.
Very much so.
He's got your bathrobe.
No, my bathrobe
Yeah.
is black.
What? So the weather tracking Saturday, Sunday storms and increased humidity. Wet Mom's Day? Like
Well,
Wet Mom's Day.
sounds like a bit
That's
of an
funny.
issue.
Yeah. I have
Hey, phrasing.
Phrasing.
Oh shit. Here, light my bong for me, please.
No. Oh.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Holy shit.
That's not
Holy
cool.
shit, yeah.
That's not cool.
That's not cool. You burned down my houseboat.
You burned down my houseboat.
Oh shit, dude. It's like
That's not cool.
in there. Hold on.
That is not cool. You tried to have sex with
dude,
me.
that's fucking.
You tried to have sex with me, oil me up and have sex with me, and that's
You
not cool.
oiled up me, and that's not cool.
And that's not cool.
Okay, dude, look at this shit. 419, baby.
Yeah. Woo. Nice.
There's a little dude. I just
artwork.
love how it like lines up and it takes you a second. Oh yeah.
Nice.
You know? What else we got? Oh shit. Here we are. Is Mom Zone today.
Oh boy. Well, happy Mother's Day. Oh. Oh, baby.
Look at the kid.
Baby.
Look at it. I wonder who did it. Who used the lipstick?
Not me.
Like,
I didn't do it, Mommy.
what me?
I didn't do it. Not me.
Here we go. You're gonna enjoy this after your day with the kids, you know?
Oh! Oh! Concussions are not fun. That's right. We were playing soccer today. I sent you a picture, and I kicked the ball across the field to my son.
Yeah, you did.
And it jumped up and it hit him right in the chin, and I got one of those.
Nice.
It wasn't my fault, I
Nice.
swear.
Here.
Oh boy.
And in this corner,
Uh-oh. Action.
like,
Oh,
I love how it's like, do you see the watermarks? The UFC Russia?
she's gonna beat the shit out of him.
Like, dude. Oh. Ha! Right hand.
Oh,
Right
good
hand.
technique, good form.
Transitions to the GMP.
Good form.
Like,
Tap out. Tap.
stays on top.
Bro,
Stays on
tap.
top.
Bro,
Brett's gonna
tap.
call it here in a second, dude.
No shame. No shame
Like-
in tapping.
I know, dude. She's a little too good.
Hezbollah.
Is this what you had?
Is that
It's
Hezbollah?
not Hezbollah. No, it's just a kid. Looks like Hezbollah though.
It does.
Look at how dope that is though.
I told you, my friend's son. I
Look at
sent you the
racing
picture.
slicks.
He definitely looked like Hezbollah. He wore the hat and everything. Hezbollah! Free Hezbollah if he hasn't been freed yet.
Free Hezbollah. Yeah, I know, right? You're gonna like this one. Here we go. We're at the trampoline park.
Okay. Oh! She got wrecked from the balcony. I love the
Just
JR.
gonna
The,
reset every one of these.
the good old JR one.
I'm just gonna
Oh,
do this.
it's a power
refresh.
bomb. It's a power bomb. Okay, relay race. Run. Hand
Go
off.
Ike, go Ike. Go
Go,
Ike,
Ike.
don't stop. Go straight around Ike. Don't stop.
Go on, Nike.
One icon. In the far front line. One.
Icon.
One.
Mommy's fast. Is she backing up? Is she gonna pass him?
Go down there.
Bumbleclot. Jesus Christ.
Long way, get out! so fast they can't catch him. Oh, I love it. Dude, that's great.
No.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
That's great.
That
Isn't
is
that great?
awesome.
Great. Dude, this kid, man. Colin did this to himself this week. Colin will know if he's watching. Puts the key in the air. Oh no! Like,
so.
Oh no!
Wrong.
Now how do we get in?
And it was the wrong lock too.
Was it?
His dad pointed to the top one, and he reached for the bottom one, and it didn't fit. Go figure. Oh, that is just mean.
Like, I mean,
dude,
I don't know.
Okay.
It
So
looks like fun.
So yesterday I took my kids to the playground, and there was an 11-year-old girl who had a skateboard. And the next thing I know, my son comes over, and he's crying, and the 11-year-old girl goes, "He got hit." What do you mean? So apparently she was running her skateboard down the slide, and he was standing at the bottom to catch it, only he missed, and it hit him right in the ankle. Oh, poor fucking kid.
Oh,
He's only
yeah.
5.
Like a shinner?
Oh,
like
yeah.
a good shinner?
He's only
Dude.
5. Like, that
like
must have
that.
hurt.
You remember that like razor scooter to the shin? Remember that?
Oh my God. How about the razor scooter to the ankle? My kid's got one.
Yeah, like
when that thing whips around, it
dude.
hits you right in a pop, right in a spot.
And you hear that bone.
Oh,
Yep.
son of a bitch. I hate those things.
Here you go. We're just gonna refresh every page.
My money's on the kid,
sounds
but
like
the
the
dad
plan.
is sus.
Pega o pau.
What the fuck? That's an iguana.
Tem. Vamos com assado. Quando balançar com a cabeça, tu mete ripa.
And you're pissing him off.
Hit it in the head. In the la cabeza.
You're pissing him off. Oh! Oh!
It's just his reaction.
Vamos com assado. Quando balançar com a cabeça, tu mete ripa.
He goes one of those. He was like,
Why'd he run away like that?
Because the fucking, I don't know. He thought it was something else. I think.
No, he definitely
didn't know
knew
what it was.
No, he knew it was his kid hitting him, but what'd he run away like that for? That's what I want to know. I got questions.
I don't know.
Girl dad versus boy
girl dad versus
Okay.
boy dad.
Well, I got both, so. No, I can't do it.
Nice and gentle.
Dude, that's totally me with my kid. Yep. Boom. Damn. That was good form, too. Vince McMahon would be very proud.
He was hitting those throws.
He's lucky his kid's hitting a pillow. Otherwise, he's dealing with neck surgery.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, that's going to leave a mark.
We got some magic.
Oh. He disappeared all right.
This is right into the door.
He disappeared right to the floor. Pop. Oh.
And refresh.
Oh. Don't.
Like, why?
I don't know.
Why?
Because he could. Because kids are fucking stupid as the Reddit. Oh, goodness gracious. A bonan bird.
Identify this bird.
It's a bonan bird.
Identify this bird. Bonan. Monkey like bonan. You saw one of these the other day.
Yes, I did. I spent a lot of time at farms and parks, folks. Oh, that is creepy.
Isn't it?
Kill it where it stands.
Yeah, what's
It's
up,
got a
dude?
human face.
Right?
What the fuck is
Like-
that, bro? Okay, that mouth
Khajiit
area.
has wares if you have coin.
That is definitely
You know?
spliced with somebody's like human head. That really creeps me out. Sorry. Okay.
This was called Happy Feet.
Oh.
얼른 와. 넌 나를 너무 사랑해.
Relax.
Covered in oil.
Relax.
난 우리 결혼했어.
Relax.
He's
너랑
trying to get the
이뤄질 수
oil
없어.
off his back, bro.
정신 차려.
Well, no, he's not. He's just
정신 차려.
like, he's like hitting him. He's like, fuck you, dude. Like, that's what that is. So I had a buddy who used to do IT stuff in Antarctica, right?
Yeah.
And he whichever one the penguins are on, right? And like he talks about, they just straight up like dead leg you and like keep walking, like they're assholes.
They're
the
dicks.
penguins
Oh, yeah.
apparently they're like they will,
Oh, I've heard that.
and you can't do anything to them, and they know it, and
Penguins
they're
are
like,
dicks.
fuck you.
Hey, cookies.
And it's like, dude, it's like getting leg kicked by like a Muay Thai guy. They're
Right?
just like, bah! Like with that wing,
Damn.
they fuck people up. Catch you right in the shin. Oh, look at him! Look at the boy. Why stop being so cute? You stop it right now.
What?
You cannot be that cute. That is
What am I
illegal,
watching?
sir.
What is he
You
doing? Is he
stop
cleaning his
it.
paw?
Oh, what sleepies.
No,
What?
no photos. No camera, please.
No camera, please. Oh, this one's good. Refresh. And then it's gonna play in full screen.
High five. Oh, high five, Red. Oh. Dude, what the fuck is Mark doing? He's trying to high five a human. God damn it. We're gonna get shot. Mark, come on. What? Okay.
Okay. Oh, what? Okay. Oh.
Oh.
Like, just we're watching Krusty Krab. Got one whole hands.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
This one's good.
Did you
Refresh.
drink too much? Oh, I
Maybe
think
just only
somebody's
lets me,
going
like-
for a bath.
And action. Hop uppers.
Uh-oh. Backwards.
Doo ba doo be doo be doo. Ba doo doo doo.
No, they did not. Just wow. Not where I expected that to go.
Boo doo boo boo doo doo boo boo. Like, that's hilarious. The dog's like, "What are you doing?"
Oh my god, that's great.
We got Moo Cow.
All right, calm down. There it is. God damn it, Chug.
Chug. God damn it, Chug.
You kidding me, bro?
This fucking morning.
Yeah, because somebody stood and milked all that milk, and now it's all on the
All
floor.
right, breathe. Breathe. Stop it. Breathe. Get your head up.
He's like choking because he can't fucking.
Oh my god.
Oh, is he
I
thirsty?
guess there's always next time.
Guess there's always next
Like,
week.
I guess there's always next time.
Wow.
Oh, shit. This is just me in the morning. You know? Oh shit!
Okay.
What are we doing?
Wow, that's a big ass clump of
Like
hair
that was
that
out
just
of
fell off.
hibernation.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Ugh.
he's been asleep. He's This was just I brought this one for Crab. Just that. Like fucking Toy Story 9. This time it's personal. Like
Okay.
it reminds me of that Toy Story thing. I just need everyone who has never raised chickens to know that anti-cannibalism spray exists.
What?
Like, yeah.
No picking.
Yeah, it's
for
a spray
chickens?
to stop cannibals. Anti-cannibalism spray.
Well, within chickens.
Why do we not just go get this in the zombie apocalypse? Won't this fix it?
It'll only make
You
them
know?
not want to eat chicken.
Okay. You know. Sure. What else I got? Oh, we got this one. I definitely got to refresh this one. Pause. Full screen. All right, you ready? We're doing magic again. But this time for poppers.
Oh boy.
Agora tá pegando.
Uh-oh.
Tá fazendo brincadeirinha? Cadê o neném?
It's pretty. Whoa. Ah! This is going to fuck each other up.
Like, play. Just that no. You know, it's like, all right, she's gone now. You good at these games?
No.
Little grabby games?
No.
I should have
Of course, my kids would love me to be, but not so much.
Right? All right.
Hey. Hey now.
Excuse me. I was
That's
sleeping.
impressive. That's impressive. Sorry, Mad Mom, but happy
explain
Mother's
this.
Day.
Yeah, happy Mom's Day.
La salsa más
here we go.
explosiva.
Chiles que ya están
Ay, pero por mucho, ¿por qué hacen Mira. Mira, hasta se abrió las.
Estoy diciendo que mira que no hay. Ya Gaby, porque puedes
Somebody put
estar
caps
ahí.
in there?
Y así no las comimos.
Ándale.
I have no idea.
Pero ¿por qué así hizo?
Es una reacción, habló con la cuchara.
Ay, ¿cuántas veces se ha quedado la salsa con cuchara y no ha pasado eso?
How long does it go for? Jeez. I don't want to eat it and have the thing explode in my mouth. Would they put Pop Rocks in there?
I have no clue. No idea. It might just be the salsa, bro. It's just hot.
My salsa makes all the pretty girls want to dance and take off their underpants, my salsa. Right?
Their pants. Yeah, that would definitely that'd blow the ladies away, that one.
That would blow underpants away. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's cool. Dremel versus Dremel. The grind.
Isn't it? It is very satisfying. Like, that's just...
It looks like guacamole. No, they aren't putting anything in it. She says, what's happening? It's the bowl. She says she didn't make it different.
She didn't make it
Thank
different.
you. Thank you, Bad Cookies.
Oh, fuck. Let's refresh. Because that's how this fucking
Blu-ray
works, I
versus
guess.
DVD, HD DVD.
When you make some budget cuts, any ideas? Yeah, we should renegotiate vendor contract. Anything else? Nope, nothing else. Ready? Yeah. What you said yesterday to me, it was really hurtful. Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry, man. It's okay.
Everything faster. It's interesting. Painting, ironing. Oh my god. Ping pong.
I'm fucking playing ping pong and shit. Like, why is that so funny? Dude?
Why would they do
Good
that?
job.
Why?
At like full sprints, they're
Why
just
would
like
you do
going.
that?
Same reason you would do this.
I think you might.
She
have
wants
to start
she wants the
curating
people to stop
TikToks.
Duetting videos when we have absolutely nothing to add.
Oh,
to
I've
them.
seen this.
I don't need to know what you looked like watching that TikTok. Can we stop duetting videos when we have absolutely nothing to add to them?
Yeah, I've seen this. And they keep adding.
I don't need to know what you looked like watching that TikTok. Can we stop duetting videos when we have absolutely nothing to add to them?
Yeah, the link to the fucking.
I don't need to know what you looked like watching that TikTok. Can we stop duetting
Yeah, with the other
videos
side.
when we have absolutely nothing to add to them?
Yeah, they stitch a bunch of them together.
I don't need to know what you looked like watching that TikTok. Can we stop
You-
duetting videos when we have absolutely nothing to add to them? I don't need to know what you looked like watching that TikTok. Can we stop duetting videos?
Oh, come on.
when we have
Oh,
absolutely nothing to
come
add to them?
on. The dog. Man bites dog.
I don't need to know what you looked like watching that TikTok.
Look at the
Can we stop
dancing.
duetting videos when we have absolutely nothing to add to them?
What?
I don't need to know what you looked like watching that TikTok.
One more.
Can we stop
Yeah.
duetting videos when we have absolutely nothing to add to
Now he's
them?
reacting.
I don't need to know what you looked like watching that TikTok. Can we stop duetting videos when we have absolutely nothing to add to them?
Box.
I don't need to know what you looked like watching that TikTok.
Dude, that took
Can we
talent.
stop duetting videos when we have absolutely nothing to add to them?
No.
I don't need to know what you looked like watching that TikTok.
You can't even see her face
Can we
anymore.
stop duetting videos when we have absolutely nothing to add to them? I don't need to know what you looked like watching that TikTok.
I do need to know what she looked like watching
Can we
that.
stop duetting videos when we have absolutely nothing to add to them? I don't need to know what you looked like watching that TikTok.
Okay. Oz. It's Oz o'clock. Banana.
Whatever you say, boomer.
Nice.
What?
Oh, that's just wrong. I don't need to see you react to that.
This one's good. All right, here we go. Look at this. This is our luck today. You know? You bring in a jug of marinara, you dropped the marinara. Oh no, you dropped both marinara. You dropped both marinara. Oh, that's the fucked up part. It like hits him in the face, dude. Oh. What else we got?
Good night, Desert.
Oh, this one's just funny. And action.
Oh my god, they can't even get in it.
How the fuck you get in this thing?
Can't even
Like,
get in it. Nope.
that'll keep them from searching in. Like, go get a ladder, motherfucker. Like, you know.
Go ahead.
Like,
Oh, look, it's my
I found you a new keyboard.
Nice.
Yeah, I found you a new keyboard.
That would be kind of cool.
You know, I know you had problems with the keys. We're gonna fix that.
Yep, we got a rotary.
You know, and I love this over here, where it's like you use the rounder keys. Like it covers up the actual number keys and makes you use the other ones. That's funny.
You have to use the rotary dial.
Yep. Can you explain what that's for?
That's a poop plunger. A poop knife.
Yes.
It's a poop knife.
A poop knife.
Didn't we talk about?
The waffle smasher?
No, it's not the waffle stomper. But no, didn't you show a video about a poop knife? And this guy's talking about poop knife, and
no, I don't remember this.
That every house had a poop knife, and we were like,
okay.
I'll have to bring that next time.
I don't remember this at all.
Oh, I definitely remember this very clearly. Okay.
Dude, this fucking video, this is like our fucking government.
79. Nummertje 79.
Bingo! Bingo! That's the best part. Bingo. Like he was just asleep at the wheel, dog.
Nice.
Like
bingo. He wins.
That's a meme format for somebody.
Here's the poop knife story.
Exercise. Okay, sure.
It's short.
Gain flexibility with me and reach your full potential in just under 10 days.
Oh, no, reach it in a lot less than that. You have reached your full potential.
Your full potential in just under 10 days.
Oh.
Dude, did he kill him?
Oh,
he's okay.
Fuck.
They hit him right in the Adam's apple.
I don't remember reading this. Poop knife. Maybe we did. My family poops big. Maybe it's genetic. Maybe it's our diet, but everyone births giant logs of crap. If anyone has laid a mega poop, you know that sometimes it won't flush. It lays across the hole in the bottom of the bowl, and the vortex of draining water merely gives it a spin as it mocks you. Growing up, this was common enough occurrence that our family had a poop knife. It was an old rusty kitchen knife that hung on a nail in the laundry room, only to be used for that purpose. It was normal to walk through the hallway and have someone call out, "Hey, can you get me the poop knife?" I thought it was standard kit. You have your plunger, your toilet brush, and your poop knife. Fast forward to 22. It's been a day or two between poops, and I'm over at my friend's house. My friend was the local dealer and always had guests over because you can't buy weed without sitting on your ass and sampling it. I mean, of course. I excuse myself and lay a gigantic turd. I look down and see that it's a sideways one, so I crack the door and call out for my friend. He arrives, and I ask him for the poop knife. My what? Your poop knife, sir, I say. I need to use it, please. What the fuck is a poop knife? Obviously, he has one, but maybe he calls it by a more delicate name. A fecal cleaver? A dung divider? A guano glaive? I explained what it is, what I want, and why I want to use it. He starts giggling, then laughing. Then lots of people start laughing. It turns out the music stopped, and everyone heard my pleas through the door.
No,
it also turns out that none of them had poop knives. It was just my fucked up family with their fucked up bowels.
Yep.
I told this to my wife last night, who was amused and horrified at the same time.
Wait, it gets worse. Read the next slide.
It turns out that she did not know what a poop knife was and using that old rusty knife hanging in the utility closet as a basic utility knife. Thankfully, she didn't cook with it, but used it to open Amazon boxes. Well, yeah, obviously the poop knife would do that. She'll be getting her own utility knife now. Oh, fuck. And a common question, why was this not in the bathroom instead of the laundry room? Answer, we only had one poop knife. And the laundry room was central to all 3 bathrooms. I have no idea why we didn't have 3 poop knives. All I know is that we didn't. We had the one, probably because my father was notoriously cheap about the weirdest things. So yes, we shared our poop knife.
You're welcome. Oh, and
like an American family.
There is, like, if you Google poop knife, there are videos, and poop knives are a real thing, and apparently many families own them.
God, okay.
And then somebody does a fake Amazon ad about it. It's very funny. Okay, and with that, let's go to shish kebab. Poop on a stick. That's how he cooks the fucking meat. On wheels. Sure. Why not?
How amazing is that?
That's pretty cool.
How good is that?
That is multitasking.
Like they spin, that's the best.
I'm cooking, I'm driving, I'm sitting, I'm playing piano.
And I'm playing some tunes. Why is he not doing the do-do-do-do-do-do? Do-do-do-do. Making my way downtown.
From the maker
Someone
of
redo that one for me with that.
Piano shish kebab. Nice, man, cookies. That's very funny. Wheelchair people have knives.
Shit, I'm gonna have to refresh this one.
Thank you, Global Solidarity. Best song ever. Thank you. That's great.
Woo! We did it! Oh, fuck. Fuck you, Susan.
Oh my god. Susan is blind now.
Oh shit. Yep.
Happy retirement.
Susan at the next Christmas party has like PTSD.
Happy retirement.
This one's good. This one's for Jesse, our certified forklift driver.
Oh no.
Oh
no. Like,
is that soda cans?
Oh, how bad would it have been if it was just yeah, I think. Or something
Susan
similar.
took one to the kisser. Yeah, Rick.
Susan took one to the kisser.
Why women live longer? We know this.
Speaking of taking things to the kisser, oh my god.
Hardcore parkour!
Oh, dude.
Oh.
You alright?
Are those teeth falling on the ground?
1 year later.
No. Well. No! Oh, God!
Oh, shit.
Did he knock himself unconscious?
Yeah.
Or was that me? Or did you put my story noise after that?
No, that was in that. Oh, fuck.
Same vending machine. How about try a different vending machine next time, bro?
Yeah, use the taller one.
I don't think that'll help.
Oh, shit.
Oh, dude, this ain't no Dukes of Hazzard.
Like,
he definitely thought he was Bo Duke. He definitely thought he was Bo Duke.
Like,
damn,
dude. Is this the right spot? I can't see because I went to go look at. Knife. Jesus Christ! There we go. Oh.